Homestead Park, ready for some Qigong this morning. Let me just do my final bits. Okay. Bit windy. Okay, now I'm ready. Welcome everybody. Hi.
Hello.
We're down here at Homestead Park. I'm Kristen and we are doing our Sunday morning Qigong session. So thank you everybody for joining me live and online. I am going to start by getting ourselves nice and warmed up. So our warm up is always the same, just activating all parts of our body, some nice ankle rolls and some stretching of the fascia on the bottom of the foot. The knee, nice kicking motion. And we'll swap to the other side. Giving the ankle some nice rolls in both directions. Kicking the knee. And then coming up to the hips. Nice big circles, both directions. Just wakening up the pelvis, the base of the spine. And we'll come into a nice forward fold and slowly working our way up the spine, loosening off through each vertebrae, up to the shoulders, giving the shoulders some nice rolls, extending the arms out and bringing the hands and the elbows into the action, both directions. Moving up to the neck, some nice neck rolls. And giving ourselves a little shake, getting all of the chi flowing in our body. And we're just going to do some nice tapping across and down the arms, wakening up the arms. Coming across the chest, down the other side. Up across the back of the shoulders. Make sure we don't miss those parts, we use them a lot. Down the front of the chest, over the tummy. We're going to be working with the organs today, as we always do. So we're really wakening up our insides as well as our outside. Down the legs. Up the backs of the legs. Down the inside. Up the outside. Just shaking it all out. Okay. So we're going to start by finding a nice, gentle posture. Starting with our feet. We're grounding down. Feet are about shoulder width. Nice and soft at the knees. The deeper you go into a squat, the more of a workout you'll get. But if you just want to be gentle on yourself, just nice soft knees. Make sure they're not locked out like this. Hips are slightly hinged. That comes in with the bend of the knees. We're just drawing up slightly from the perineum, so we're engaging our pelvic floor muscles just slightly. Slight crunch down in the core, through the abs, but nice and open up through the chest. So we're kind of sinking in at this point, but we're nice and open at this point. Breathing in and out through the nostrils. Tongue is on the upper palate. We're suspended from the crown. Just tucking the chin back slightly. And we have a little bit of space in our armpits. Thanks, darling. And our hands are switched on, so we're not limp, we're not overextended, just nicely feeling like all of our body, all of our muscles are engaged, but we're not overusing them. We're just slightly turning everything on. And we're just going to take a few nice deep breaths in here. So breathing in and out through the nose. Feeling the breath being drawn down into the diaphragm. And if you like, you can just start some gentle rocking from the heel forward to the sole of the foot on the in-breath and rocking back on the out-breath. And really just connecting in to the feeling of your body, the feeling of the breath, and the calmness that comes to the mind once we start regulating these three actions. So this morning we're going to be in this posture and we're going to be practicing a few different types of breath work today. So we've done our basic diaphragmatic breathing, which is drawing it all the way down, all the way out. We sort of touched lightly last week upon the urogenital diaphragm, so that's really the pelvic floor. So when we are practicing that within Qigong, it's almost the opposite motion to the diaphragmatic breathing. So with the diaphragmatic breathing, this is expanding down. When we breathe out, the urogenital diaphragm contracts up. So we're breathing in and expanding, pushing down. As we breathe out, it's almost like a drawing up, tightening through the pelvic floor. So our breath's all the way out and then we draw all the way in. We release the pelvic floor as the tummy balloons out. So exhaling and drawing up. Inhaling, letting go gently. Exhaling, drawing up. Inhaling, letting go of the pelvic floor nice and slowly. Breathing out and drawing up. Just practicing that. Adding in the rocking if you're comfortable with all of the movements. There's quite a lot going on and it can get a bit confused. But it's just really an opportunity to practice the diaphragmatic breath with the reverse diaphragmatic breath. This is really good for toning your pelvic floor. So everyone should be doing these exercises, men and women. It can help with bladder problems, prolapses, all that sort of jazz that goes on, especially if you've had babies. But for men as well, we do need to keep that strength up so that, you know, we stop incontinence in old age. I don't want to be wearing nappies if I can avoid it. So just bringing your awareness back to the diaphragmatic breath. You can drop out that urogenital breathing if that's better for you just now, because we're about to learn something else. We're going to, instead of breathing the breath down, we're actually going to breathe up into our backs. So rather than pushing down this way, we're almost like the breath is pushing into our back, and you'll start to feel it sort of up between the shoulders. So breathing in, and you can, I don't know if you can see it, but I'm expanding through the back. And I want you to start to get a sense of that breathing into the back. This is really good if you have back tension. Because what we're doing is breathing and expanding through the back of the rib cage and freeing up all the intercostal muscles through there. All of the muscles through the backs of the ribs, the intercostals, all up through the spine. Because we have lots of areas where we hold tension and lots of areas where we don't really necessarily touch when we're doing other practices. How's everyone feeling with that? Can you feel that sense of breathing up into the back, not into the shoulders, so we're not bringing the shoulders up. And you can feel the expansion through the back. As you breathe out, you'll feel it all release, and some of that tension you might have been holding, it starts to loosen up. Okay, coming back to the diaphragm breath now, where we're pushing down and expanding. I want you to, if you can, follow that breath, follow it into your dantian, into your belly. Bring your mind's awareness into the breath and into all of the organs that reside in your abdomen. And just bringing in this sense of using the breath to enliven the organs, to bring them health, to bring the function that our bodies do automatically within all of our systems, to sort of bring health and, a realignment to that. Just by using the breath and using the mind and anchoring the mind deep into our bellies. Just really using the breath, using the gentleness of the movement to anchor the mind, to bring the awareness deep down into Dantian. You might, if you're a visual person, you might even like to visualize right in the center of your lower belly, go right deep into your body. Just imagine a beautiful little orb of light that is residing deep inside your belly. And as you breathe, the little orb starts to glow and expand, going through all of your organs, all of the tissues, the intestines, the liver, gallbladder, the stomach, the spleen, the kidneys, your reproductive organs, coming up into the lungs, the heart, travelling down the legs, down the arms, through the torso, the neck, the head, until this light fully engulfs you from within, so that we're all a beautiful, glowing spark of light. And continue to use the breath to pulsate that light outside of your body and into everything that's around us. And when you're ready, just gently coming up out of that gentle breathwork posture, bringing some movement to your body. That was quite deep to start the day. I feel really alive. Okay. So last week in our meditation, if you were here, I think all of you were here, we did our microcosmic orbit. So we did our point investigation as we were working through, and that was through this microcosmic orbit. It kind of runs, if you can imagine, it's a circle running like this. So we're just going to play a little bit with that microcosmic orbit and use a practice, the spinal wave, which is where we kind of roll up through our spine in a gentle wave. So starting kind of at this point, we kind of crunch down, we kind of flick back, and we come back up the spine. The head kicks out, and we just sort of flow through this gentle wave. So we want to actually start to make that a bit bigger. So we're going to go into a big wave. You can speed it up if you want. Now I want you to become familiar with that movement. How does that feel as you go through each part of that movement? Because we want to just start to slow the movement down, but also to make the movement minute, so that we're still doing it. It's getting smaller and smaller until it's almost imperceptible. And if you want to pair the breathing with this one, as we come to our lowest point, our stomach's crunched in a little bit, we breathe in, the breath travels from the belly around, up the back, and over to just this point here. Then the breath goes out. So we're breathing in, breathing out, crunching back down, breathing in, nice big roll, breathing out, crunching back in, breathing in, and again, we really want to slow that down and bring it to a place where the move is almost imperceptible. It's almost like we're just moving from the core. And the core is kind of flicking the body and using that momentum to move the body in the wave. I really want you to feel the engagement of the midsection of your body in this practice. Feel how the strength comes from there to begin the movement and carries the momentum all through your body. So you can see how the core is really powerful in allowing the rest of the body to move. When you're ready, you can just come back and we'll get into some more robust movement with the next section. So we're going to do some nice squats. Who likes a good squat? So it's up to you how deep you want to go. So the squat itself looks like this. Our hands kind of come up and we come down. So it's just, I'm not going to make you go do this sort of thing. It is slow, it is measured, and we're feeling through the whole movement. So squatting down, scooping a little, coming back up. We'll do that a few times. Breath on the going down. Breathing in, breathing out. Okay. The next one, we're going to come down, squat, scoop, and come up into a heel raise. So just slightly off the ground. Coming back down, scooping, breath in. Breath in, breath out. Okay, sending and receiving. I'm not sure if you guys remember this one, but it's kind of like the chi rocking, but the chi rocking's backwards and forwards, sending and receiving side to side. The inhale is when we come to one side, exhale to the center, inhale to the other side, exhale to the center. Okay, so breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Now with this one, we're going to slightly rotate. So breath in, breath out, breath in and out. So these are, if we're thinking about movements, the sending and receiving is a one-dimensional movement. We're moving in one plane. This is bringing in a second dimension of movement because we're doing a twist. So it's more challenging for the brain. And coming back to center, we're going to do some excavator hands. So we bring our hands up, palms face each other, fingers slightly separated. Breathing in, one hand comes forward. Breathing out, coming back. And we've got this pumping motion happening with our knees, so we're pumping forward. You can start to feel a little bit of a twist happening. We're going to take it into a bit of a deeper twist. So excavator hands with rotation. Again, we're taking this to a second dimensional, 2 dimensions of movement. Breath in, breath out. In and out. Just gently moving, breathing, connecting to all the sounds around us. And coming back to center, we're going to go into some cat paws. So we're going, like this is the movement. And again, we're going to kick into some of that rotation. So it's just one breath in, one breath out. So breath in, breath out, and we're just rotating slightly, bringing our hands through that whole range of motion. So we're really expressing the hand, bringing it back, stretching the fingers, twisting slightly. And coming back to center, we're going to finish with some knocking on the gates. So with this, we're going to be tapping our bodies. So we're working up to some momentum first. So we start with a little bit of swinging. And then we start to bring the hands to tap the front of the body and aiming for between the kidneys in the back, Ming Men. And we're going to bring in wave to the Queen, which can be a bit confusing. So we're going to go, this arm will open out and we'll go 1, 2, arm opens. 1, 2, arm opens. Yeah, this one always confuses me. It's not one of my strengths, but that's why we practice it, so we can become better. Waving to the Queen. She's a spirit in the sky. Hi, Queen. Wave to whoever you want. I wouldn't wave to the Queen. I'd probably give her the finger. I shouldn't say that. No, I wouldn't do that. I would never do that. Oh, yeah. Okay. Queen Beyonce I would wave to. All right. Shaking it all off. Can I just get a time, if anyone's got a time, the time? 9:28. Okay, cool. Thank you. All right. Grab a drink if you need it. I'm sure I've got one here. I would wave to RuPaul. Okay. When you're ready, just finding a nice posture once again, remembering all of our postural rules. We're going to bring our hands into start position. We're going to be drawing the breath down into our diaphragm, rocking forward, exhaling, rocking back. One more breath, and then we're going to open up around the qua. Okay. Breath in, breath out. Breathing in, breathing out. One more time. We're going to go into preparation, so hands draw up towards the sternum, breathing in, breathing out. In and out. We're rocking on the in-breath. One more time. We're going to do a nice little scoop, so breath in, hands turn over, breath out, breath in, breath out. Breathing in, breathing out. And one more time, breathing in, breathing out. So the next one is where it's like we're opening up around the kwa, but we're doing it at different times. So we're going to bring one hand and then the other starts to come as this one starts its journey back towards you. So we're starting from here, one hand wraps around, starts to transition as the other one comes. And then we do that again. And then on the third journey around, the hands meet. So we need to really slow down this hand here so that it's going to meet the other hand. And then our hands come down towards lower dantian and form a triangle. The fingers touch and we hold here for 3 breaths. Okay, so breathing and rocking. Hands flick off, come back around, and we come back to our start position. Okay, so breathing in. Hands form that triangle, fingers join, and it comes to our lower dantian and we take 3 breaths here. And on the breath out, our hands flick off. They come around, breath in, breath out, back to start position. And breathing in and out. In and out. In. This hand slows down while this one comes around to meet it. Breath goes out. Three breaths. This time, as we flick off, our hands are going to come around. So flicking off, they're going to come up above our head. And they're going to form a triangle here. Breath in. Breath out. Hands come down. Nice and slowly. Breathing in and out. 3 times here. And on the breath out, we wipe off. Hands come around. Come back to start position. Okay, let's do that whole thing again. So, breathing in. Breathing out. In. And out. In. and out. Hands come together. 3 breaths here. Exhaling out, hands come off. You're going to come around the kwa and back to start position. We're going to do that one again. Breathing in and out. In and out. In and out. Three breaths. Hands flick off. Come around. Back to start position. We're going to do one more round of these. So breathing in and out. In and out. In. Other hand comes around to meet, breathing out. Three breaths here. Breath out, hands flick off. They come up, breath in. Breath out. Hands come all the way down. And 3 breaths here. And we're just going to swipe the hands off. We're going to come in to close the kwa. Breath in. Breath out. And pushing up. Shaking, stretching, wiggling. Whatever feels good to you. And I just need the time. 9:39. Okay, oh, still got a while to go. Thank you. How did that feel? Yeah? Slow, hey? Okay. So just a couple of nice little practices that we're going to finish up with today. So one, let me just check what it was called again. Preserve primordial chi. So basically, we're going to, starting at lower dantian, just putting your hands over your lower belly. We're going to just rock to the side, breathing in, and we're going to circle around our belly button. So we're just going to breathe in, breathe out as we're rocking. So as we come to this side, our hands are on that side of our body. We come to the middle, and then we come to the opposite side. We're just going to give some love and nurturing to our bodies. You can partner the breath if you like. You're supposed to do this 36 times, but I always lose count, so just do it a bunch of times. And love yourself, love your tummy, bringing warmth into all of your amazing organ structures, all these incredible things that work in our bodies without us even thinking about it until they don't work anymore. So let's make sure we preserve their ability to function by doing good things for our bodies like Qigong. And when you're ready, just coming back to center, resting your hand over your navel. You might like to think about the connection to your mother, as that is where our belly button stems from. My mummy's not here today. Where are you, Essie? It's all right. She doesn't have to come every week. But thank you, Mum, for being awesome. And we're just going to find a nice, comfortable posture and finish up with hugging trees. So hugging trees is just, I mean, you could stand around a tree if you wanted to. We could all stand around the trees looking totally rad, or you can just visualize one. So we're just going to get into our nice posture. We're going to imagine this beautiful big tree in front of us. It can be a little tree if you want to nurture a small tree, or it can be a massive, the biggest tree you've ever seen. But this is hugging trees, and it is an opportunity really to connect with the earth, to connect with nature, to bring ourselves back to the simplicity of that connection and how good it feels to be grounded and not off worrying about a million things, just sitting here with gratitude for all that the earth gives to us, for the trees, for the sun, for the rain, the gentle winds that cool us on hot days, all the little animals, the bugs, the insects. I still don't know what a fly's purpose is, but I'm sure I will one day. And to be a food source for others, I guess, like frogs. And also myself when I accidentally swallow one, or one goes up my nose, then comes out my mouth. Sorry, that happened once. I'm sorry to ruin your flow, but coming back to that beautiful connection, the connection to all the other beautiful humans in your life, all the people who are important to you. Let's just send this beautiful hug to them all. It's a wonderful feeling to have this space for gratitude on a Sunday morning. Really simple things in life that can change your entire perspective. Okay, slowly lowering your arms down. And having a little drink, finding your comfortable position. We're going to get ready for our sound healing now. Thank you so much for joining us online. I will see you tomorrow for my daily video. Have a wonderful Sunday.